Any class you step into, you deserve to be there. Any freaking class you even turn on YouTube, you deserve to be there. You deserve to take that class. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to ask questions. You deserve to make a fool of yourself. You deserve to try in public. And I guarantee you, no one, if they are working out hard enough, is thinking about you the way that you're thinking about how you look in this class right now. Hello, my name is Angel, and I have a Pilates membership here on YouTube. And I wanted to share some of my biggest tips for anyone that is jumping into a Pilates routine or even just a general fitness routine. I wanted to share some of my biggest tips, especially if you are a plus size person or a person that is new to fitness. One of my biggest tips with anything is just going to be overall consistency. Whether you're trying out classes on YouTube, you have an online membership, or you're going to take classes in person, try to give yourself a time frame to stick with whatever that thing is. Ideally, you don't switch it up too much. I think a lot of times people set out with new routines, and when they don't feel like they are seeing the thing that they want to see, it doesn't necessarily need to be weight loss. Say you just want to be able to hold a plank for 30 seconds, but you keep switching up your routine. You keep switching up the things that would get you to that goal. You're not going to see that goal any faster. And so ideally, you want to stick with something that you can do on a repeatable basis to be able to see said outcome. And so if you're taking classes on YouTube, for example, maybe you stick with the same instructor's class for however long of time to reach your goal. Or say they have like a series on their YouTube channel. You do that series over and over so you can see how you have progressed, see how you're getting stronger in those moves. Or maybe it's just one class. Maybe you take that class over and over until you feel like you have progressed and you feel stronger in those moves. Now, if you're doing Pilates, it's never going to be a true like, oh, I got this kind of thing. If you're doing it right, it's always ways to advance moves and things like that. But ideally, you want to stick with something, stick with it for a long enough time so you can see whatever the outcome is you want to see. Right now, I have certain fitness goals, and I had to be real with myself and say, you need to do this for 6 weeks. Like, you always change up, and that's why you're not seeing the results you want to see. And so for myself right now, I am focused on staying in my current fitness routine for 6 weeks. It's going to get boring. It's going to feel repetitive, but that is a good thing. Lean in these moments. And the more you lean in, the more you're going to shock yourself. Number 2, I've shared this before, but if you are going, whether you're doing a class on YouTube or if you're going in person, try to make sure that you have a period of warming up. If you're doing a Pilates class, you don't really want to jump into it cold. A lot of the Pilates classes and even in-person classes usually don't have a true warm-up built into it because these classes are go, go, go. Like at my solid core class, they don't even cool you down at solid core. They literally are like, the workout is done. I have to remind myself to stretch at the end of the class, which that's kind of my solid core pet peeve. But you want to make sure that you warm up and cool down. The muscle, it's no different than when you're cooking. You want to bring that meat out of the fridge, let it come up to room temp before you just throw it into the pan that you put on extra high heat. If you cook on extra high heat like I do. You don't want to put cold meat on extra high heat because it's going to make that meat tense up and it's not going to taste as good. Whereas if you let it naturally come up to that room temperature, it's going to be relaxed and then it's going to be able to absorb all those spices and be extra juicy. That's what we want for our bodies as well. You want to let your body, if it's been cold, if you haven't done anything all day, you want to let it come up, get a bit warm before we throw it into the skillet of whatever workout that you're about to do. And so there's plenty of warm-ups you can do. For me, my wrist always fatigue very, very quickly. And so I always make sure I do some kind of wrist prep before going into a class. It could be as simple as a wrist roll. You can like literally fold them under, a nice little stretch. You can take them out. And this is involving, even more body parts. Just let the body warm up. Like if your wrists have been kind of in a position all day and now you're flexing them for a push-up, like it needs time to adjust to that. So give your wrist a little love. Same thing for the hips. We sit so much. I sit so much at my job. We got to warm up the hips. So instead of jumping immediately into freaking lunges and whatever is in your class, warm up those hips. I can show you some quick warm-ups you can do for the hips. You can literally, this is my favorite one, just a standing one. Just send those knees out and around. This is a great one. You can even do a knee march. If you have a band, this is really good. So you could put a band on this foot and then stretch this foot up. You could even do like a kind of thing and a here kind of thing. But even that's warming up the hips, a little march. You want to be a little extra, you can take it to a side lunge, get the hips even more involved. Stretch it down, you could drop it down, stretch it here, you know, a little squat. I like this one, a press to stand. That's getting the hammies and the glutes involved. So those are some examples of warm-ups you can do for the hips and the glutes. Doesn't really matter what you do, just do something to get that body moving. My warm-up for my solid core classes have been those freaking steps I got to take out the train station. That's been a great warm-up and like a little walk. But yeah, ideally, you're not jumping on the mat. You're not jumping into your workout super cold. Maybe if you want me to do a warm-up class video, I can do that. Happy to do that. Definitely warm up. My next tip would be find an instructor that you like. It's no different than like a therapist. Every instructor is not made for you. If you don't like a freaking David Goggins drill sergeant, just somebody yelling in your face kind of vibe, don't go to that class. You don't have to do that. There's so many people you can choose from. Like, I feel like every day there is someone new who you can find that works good for you. So really take the time to find somebody, find a method that you really like, because it brings me to my fourth point. It needs to be fun for you to stay consistent with it. Like, I have so much fun in my workout classes, not all the time, but for the most part I do. Even my solo workouts, I'm putting on Beyonce, I'm walking on that treadmill, singing all the words. Like, you want to make it fun, because the only way for you to really, truly be consistent with something, I mean, you can white knuckle it all day, but the person who makes it fun, the person who is having the time of their lives, like, that person is going to do it no matter rain, sleet, or snow. Whereas if you're like, oh, I really hate doing this, it's going to be a lot harder for you. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be hard. You can have so much fun with it. Just take the time to find something that's right for you. Pilates, you might try a Pilates class and be like, I actually hate Pilates. Hey, you don't have to do it. Like, nobody's forcing you to do Pilates. There is so many different workout methods that you can try. So just saying that all to say, find a method, find an instructor for you, and try to make it as fun as possible. Now this is specifically for my plus size people or someone who, again, is just getting back into fitness or whatever. Like, it's not exclusive to plus size people, but I'm speaking to my plus size girlies right now. If you are going to somebody's class and they don't give any other options, they don't give any modifications for you, that I feel like is not the instructor you should be going to. I personally would not be doing that. I remember going to, I won't say the studio's name, but I was going to the studio and they rarely ever gave any other options. I had to do my own research and figure out ways to modify for my own body so I could get the most out of the class. Then I found another studio, Bold, in the Bay Area, which I love. That's where I taught at for 2 years. Love Bold Studios. Cannot praise Bold Studios enough. Went there, had the absolute best time. The instructors were so welcoming. They had plus size instructors, latch instructors, people of all, it was like I found the freaking mecca of fitness, and I miss it so much. But it was such a welcoming community, and I loved teaching there. And that is where I really fell in love with fitness, because I was like, oh, it doesn't have to be this way. Like, we can make things accommodating for certain people and they can still have a crazy tough workout, but it's just more accessible for them and their bodies. I would really challenge you to find someone that will modify moves for your body, because damn near every move can be modified. Sometimes they say in solid core, they're like, technically there's no modification for this move. Girl, I'm gonna modify it. And I do know the modification for it. You're just not telling me. So I just like solid core because sometimes I don't want to think. There's always something that can be done differently, or just take it to a completely different move. That's something I always really try to do in my classes, is give multiple options, because I want fitness to feel as accessible as possible. It's still going to kick your ass no matter which level you pick. It's just about picking the move that's going to help you stay in the move longer so you get the most out of it. That's all it's about. So don't get in your head about modifying. Like, modifying is okay. We modify everything else. We tailor our clothes to our body, modify our orders when we order food. Like, modifying your workouts is no different. It's just custom tailoring it to you. And what is more chic than custom tailoring something to yourself? Nothing. Okay. Oh, last tip. This kind of goes into like making it fun, but I personally feel so much better when I look cute for a workout. I know some people are like, girl, I could care less about that. I love a matching set. I'm not matching right now, but I love feeling cute. Sometimes I put on makeup. I am that girl. I will put on makeup to go to the gym. I feel so much better. I don't be going out like that, so sometimes my workouts are kind of like the only time I'm going out and seeing people. And yeah, I want to feel cute when I go do that. It makes me show up better. I love getting shout outs on the mic. Like last time I was in Solid Core, the girl was like, let's follow Angel in the cute matching blue set. Da, 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 da. I was like, yeah, I am matching my blue set and I feel really cute doing it. And something I used to love doing when I was first starting was making it a reward. So I would be like, if I did X amount of classes and didn't cancel late or something, I would reward myself with X, Y, and Z. You know, you can make it a reward. If that's something to get you to show up more too, definitely do it. That's just one of my little tips. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Most instructors love it when you ask a question. Like they are so excited to be like, yes, I've been waiting for someone to, ask this question. It's no different than like when I came to New York, everybody says like New Yorkers are so mean, but then I would ask somebody for like direction on the subway and they would be so excited to tell me. I feel like fitness instructors are the same exact way. Like people are just so ready to tell you the knowledge that they know because, they put so much time in, like it's something they're thinking about all the time. So they're so excited to tell you. And so if there was something that you took, like say you took a class, instead of leaving being like, oh, like that didn't feel good or whatever, like being in your head about it, ask the instructor. You are paying for this class. Like, get your money's worth. If you have a question, hey, I didn't really feel that move in my oblique like you said I would. Is there something I could do differently? Like usually there's about 10 minutes for them to be able to show you, what you could have done differently or how to, get deeper into that move or what are some modifications, like that's a benefit of also getting to classes early. Like say you've done something a few times and you're like, and you want to know what are some other options for you in the class. That's a great thing to ask before or after so you can be able to implement it when you go. A lot of times they might not show you, the best modification. Like, hey, I don't love being in a plank position on my toes. What's an option for me that I can take for XYZ move, kind of thing. And again, this one is to my plus size girlies because I have been there and I see you and I know what is going through a lot of our heads when we go to these classes. You have paid your money to be here. You paid your money just like anybody else. Any room that you walk into, you deserve to be there. Any class you step into, you deserve to be there. Any freaking class you even turn on YouTube, you deserve to be there. You deserve to take that class. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to ask questions. You deserve to make a fool of yourself. You deserve to try in public. You deserve all these things. And I guarantee you, no one, if they are working out hard enough, is thinking about you the way that you're thinking about how you look in this class right now. And that will be something I will have women come to me after class. Men would never do this, by the way. Only the women. They would come to me after class and be like, oh, that was so hard. Like I took so many breaks and blah, blah, blah. Men never did that. And I'd be like, girl, you did great. And like, yeah, but like no one else was taking breaks. And it's like, yeah, they were. You just can't see them because you're on your own little machine. You don't see freaking Sally down on machine number 1 taking breaks. You don't see that. And anybody who is staring at you, talking shit about you or making you feel bad about yourself, that's their own problem. And they're not working out hard enough. Because if you're truly doing these workouts and you're getting your ass kicked, you ain't thinking about nothing but the workout. That's the whole fun of these classes, is because you can finally take your mind off something. And honestly, screw that person if somebody is showing up like that. And you're a badass because you're showing them, hey, I can do this. I deserve to be here. I have a friend at work and something she always says is people need exposure. And so if you're the first or the only plus size person in your Pilates class or the only Black person or the only whatever person, people need exposure. People need to see these things. And you never know who you're going to inspire by showing up to those classes. You never know. You never know who you're making space for. And so I just want you to feel empowered to show up however you want to show up to whatever classes you want to show up to, knowing you deserve to be there, knowing you paid your money just like everybody else. Even if you say it was a free class, who cares? You deserve to be there. And so if you start to get in your head as you're walking in, just hear my voice. Just put this on replay if you need to. Hey, I deserve to be here. Even say it out loud. I deserve to freaking be here. And if you're worried about me, you're worried about the wrong goddamn thing. All right. I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope if you're starting your fitness journey or starting your Pilates journey, come take a class with me. I would love to have you in a class. But if not, whoever class you take, I hope that you show up your fullest, baddest self. You stay consistent with it. Find something you stay consistent with and you crush it because you got this. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'm here for you. Bye.